Hey TableTone friends, today we just want to talk about TableTone and other things we like. My name is Gianluca, I'm part of the asset production team, I do the support, and I also communicate with you guys on Discord.
Hello, my name is Jacques. I have been with TableTone with Green Lobster for also quite some years now. Yeah, and I'm also happy to talk about more details regarding TableTone and also talk to my dear friend and colleague Gianluca, who is a fellow nerd, about what we do and how we do it.
So, should we jump in?
Yes.
Let's go.
Our preferences, what do we like and what do we do?
Yes.
So I'm really big into TRPGs, tabletop gaming, as are you. I know tabletop gaming covers a lot of different topics, and games in general can be Magic the Gathering and similar trading card games, can be Warhammer, can be a smaller skirmisher version of Warhammer, can be D&D, Pathfinder, you name it. I'm really very much about that, but of course I'm also a video gamer, as are you. And of course all of this is very much also an inspiration for the TRPG gaming that I'm doing, because I'm first and foremost a DM, Dungeon Master, Game Master. I prefer to DM actually, but also like to play. And yeah, with that come all kinds of different factors, inspirations and perspective together that I think help with my part in TableTone, but also is just something very delightful that I like to do with my friends.
I mean, you also write a lot, right?
Yes.
The stories that you usually come up for our playtesting sessions, you have like a few other campaigns going on at the same time, which is crazy to me. Like you're always like, oh, Monday I have this session going on, Wednesday this session, Friday this session. So like you're
at the moment
to all of these kind of systems.
Right now, at the moment, I'm so busy with other stuff, but I'm planning to go back into things and just whip up one campaign and one shot after the other.
Yeah, that's so sick.
I love to hear it, man.
Yeah, for me usually, like, I mean, I grew up with Warcraft 3 and World of Warcraft gaming culture, so like this is kind of the
work
the aisle I'm in usually. And also with Magic the Gathering heavily, also Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, all of the other.
He plays a mean commander. I'm such a noob, and like we got tabled by him, I think like 3 times.
Yeah, it was kind of yeah. I mean, I started playing when I was like 8 probably, but like had a long break in between. But in 2018, I picked up another pre-con. I was like deeply into it, and now playing for quite a few years now, successfully with my friends. Yeah, so like that's the stuff I'm in. I also am partaking in a campaign with my friends in Vienna, and usually we meet up once a month to play a session, which is really cool. It's a homebrew setting, but deeply related to the D&D 5e system. With some minor tweaks when it comes to like some flavors, when it comes to spells and stuff like this. So we kind of like to have our own twist on some of the mechanics, but like basically it's the 5e system, which is okay.
So you play 5e with some twists.
Yeah.
Do you also play some Pathfinder?
Never played Pathfinder actually. I would love to. So like maybe if we get the chance to have a playtesting session in the studio, we can try to some Pathfinder.
The thing is with Pathfinder, as much as I love playing it, I never DM'd it.
Actually, never.
No. I mainly DM D&D 5th edition.
Okay.
And 4th edition and my own homebrew setting systems. But the thing is with Pathfinder, and also this could be interesting for the people listening, when we play test, we usually go for like one-shots. So we release a new package and we just have to test it out, and I'm the house DM now for like a couple of years, and not everybody is involved in the TRPG or hobby as me and you are.
Yeah.
And a system like Pathfinder, as much as I love it, is just too crunchy for people who don't play regularly, and for people who want different things from TRPGs.
Yeah.
So for a lot of people, it's the social aspect, the tactile aspect, like touching the dice and having your character sheet. And they are interested in a sort of campaign, but like the crunch, especially the crunch that comes with Pathfinder, is not for everyone, and I totally get it. Which actually brings me to one of the things that I want to address here. One thing that really worked well, and of course you enjoyed too, because you have been part of the playtesting ever since with that especially, Shadow Dark. I love Shadow Dark.
Yeah, this one especially, like I think it works so great. Like I mean, I've never played it before. Like this was my first introduction with the playtesting sessions with you here at TableTone, and like it worked so well. It's so easy. You have like this small like A5 kind of sheet of stats, and you just go in. You have like the most classic setting you can have. Like it's a bunch of people have to go into a dungeon. You have to get the loot. You level up, stuff like this. It's so easy, and it's so like it's just everyone can relate, even though you're not even though if you're not so super into like the fantasy genre.
Yeah, it's the one thing that I really noticed after trying so many different things with the TableTone, the Green Lobster crew, and we always had some good fun.
Yeah.
But of course, some things just worked better than others. And with TableTone, I managed to catch everyone.
Yeah.
And there's also the system where we actually managed to get a campaign going. Like we play basically month a month. Telling that to the people who, of course, don't know us. Also, check out Shadow Dark. It's great.
Yeah.
OSR for the win. And I was really, really surprised how well it just took off, like internally. And I was looking very much forward to play Shadow Dark with the team. And of course, what we did recently, work in new stuff like the Dwarven Deepforge. Yeah. So I completely changed the plans. I told you that the original plan was a sort of like Legend of Zelda Sunken Temple.
Yeah.
Again, sorta, kinda. And then I liked the Dwarven Deepforge package so much that I don't know, we were going
completely switching it up.
We're going to Dwarven Town.
Yeah.
Dwarf Ruins with a bunch of goblins.
I think it's also so important to hear all the new music and the new locations when you actually are in. I mean, it's nice to hear them like on your headphones and like in the studio and like everything. Like you have to like make sure the quality is right. But like when you're like in the story, in the dungeon, and you're in the mood, kind of like it hits different, and you actually like, okay, this music right now it really works well, or it just doesn't. And this is also where we also like make sure that it hits the spot. It actually gives us the feeling we want to achieve for our players. I think that's such an important part. We definitely want to keep the once a month session going to like have the quality assurance that we strive for.
Yeah, and of course there's also the way how you find bugs and looping errors and whatnot, because this is like everything else is just a dry fire. It's important, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
And one thing that I also want to say here, like I have been like in the vicinity of what TableTone then ultimately became, and then which also turned into like a professional relationship in the whole thing. It really came a long way through the Kickstarter, through many ups and downs, and now it's such a polished and versatile and diverse product. And I really like it as a DM for especially the soundscapes. I really like the music, but I also said that in different videos, like short ones that we did. I really like the ambiences. Of course, the global ambiences are really nice extra thingy, but the ambiences of each location. And yes, I like the music. I like it well enough, but I was also very open about that. For example, some of the combat tracks were lacking a little bit of oomph on my end, which has been.
I mean, we're working on always like giving like more combat bangers always needed for sure. But I agree with you. Like also like obviously we know that some sounds are hitting the ceiling better than others. Goblin stuff like this. But like the good thing with sounds is actually like we often you as well use like sounds that are like have a different name to it, but use it for completely different situations and monsters, for example, like, especially monster sounds. Like the ghoul is insane, zombie is cool, the blob monster, the wrath is insane, but like the blob monster is so cool and can be used in some multiple ways actually, which kind of gives the things we actually have even more diversity. So just because it says torch or like Starfall right there, you don't actually need to use it in this kind of way. Be creative, like with what we have. But actually, same. Like I also love when I use TableTone, usually with the campaign I'm playing right now. I usually have more emphasis on the ambiences and lesser on the music. Also because sometimes just like the music just like obviously we have a few tracks in there. But like if a fight goes on like for 5 hours, 6 hours, we had like a dragon fight recently, which was a lot. We fought quite some time. We were like 6 people fighting, and it was like 5 hours or so. And just fireballs and like some sound effects mixed in with some ambiences worked well the whole session, and like some music to chill out in between when we had some rest. So I feel like it gives so much play to like experiment and to to choose actually what you need for your session. Obviously, you can prepare for it. You can be the DM who goes in and has like scenes all the way, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, creates everything, or just like click play, move the slide a little bit, and just like ease in, ease out, kind of situation, which goes super well in both ways, and it's like low effort, maximum outcome, basically.
Yeah, that's also what I like about TableTone, because sometimes I really like to get extra autistic about the sessions that I DM, and sometimes I just want to fire from the hip.
Yeah,
and it covers both bases quite well, and there's a lot of in-between space.
Yeah.
And what I also really like, and it's this kind of the same thing that you do. So usually I'm the DDM.
Yeah.
I like it more than playing, but I also like playing a lot.
Yeah.
So I just generally love the hobby. And I usually don't have the problem with like multitasking, like in that way, like then I become like a kraken, and then I have like my TableTone here and my other assets there, and my battle map and my minis.
Random encounters whatsoever, yeah.
This is like just like a fire on all cylinders, and this is how I like it. But I also like to be the TableTone DJ on the gaming table when I'm just a player. Yeah. And I'm not saying like I'm the best DM that ever DM'd. I can cover all the bases, but I can also understand why some people were like DMs that I love, which are also good friends of mine, why like that extra bandwidth is more annoyance to them than anything that would actually elevate the session. And I'm happy to be the DJ. And of course, speaking of bandwidth, like I can go for the extra steps and look at, and of course I also know TableTone the best usually on the table, so I know what kind of sounds work well with each other. Speaking of the combination of sounds, I'm not the biggest fan of our fireball of flame attacks, but if you combine all of them, it's like a napalm strike. Yep. Speaking of Warcraft 3, you know the Blood Mage with his what was it called? The
ability?
Yeah, the one of his attacks, the area effect, like
you can burn down trees, stuff like this.
Yeah, it came from the ground.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah,
and I could make that with the fire sounds that we have. Or I remember it's the first and only Daggerheart session that I played, which I really much enjoyed. I don't remember the exact sounds, but I played sort of like a clank, I think. Not clanker, I think that's
fucking clanker.
It's basically a fantasy robot, fantasy android, and something very Castlevania-ish, some androgynous like porcelain doll that threw like daggers.
Okay.
And had a lot of fun creating that character just for that one session. But where I want to get it, like with the vanilla Daggerheart setup, I was all about like throwing assassin daggers and whatnot, and then also throwing like a fan of daggers. And man, it sounds stupid that I don't remember the exact sounds, but I remember sitting the day before and just like looking up, okay, what sounds right?
And then something like Wind Nova, could it be? Like there's some novas that like sound like an area effect.
Maybe, but it was
Frost Nova, maybe.
But I especially used it. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah,
I have to. But basically, speaking of Warcraft 3 again, you know the Warden? The Blink and then the Fan of Knives. Man, I forgot half the names. Basically, I wanted to be a Warden.
It's Maiev, I think it's called.
Maiev is the named character. Yeah, but like their Warden hero.
I think the ability is called Fan of Knives, if I'm not mistaken.
But basically, this is what the Daggerheart abilities gave me.
Yeah.
And then I basically reconstructed the Blink.
Yeah.
And it was very, very satisfying.
Build your own spell in TableTone.
Yeah, but people listening, I would advise just tinker with the sounds. I know the soundscapes, the locations, and global ambience is pretty cool. You can do all kinds of stuff. But by now, our selection of sounds is so vast.
It's massive.
It's massive. It's commercial mode, but I'm telling you, it's a lot of fun just coming up with your very own selection. And coming back to that, you remember our sci-fi session?
Yeah.
When the sci-fi package was nice.
I love it.
And I was almost blind because deaf to the sounds before I went in there, because I think I was short on time for a change. And so I set up our whole rule set and whatnot, and then I knew only like half or 2/3 of the sounds.
Yeah.
And then when I heard the laser.
The sci-fi sounds are insane. Like the people who are crafting that, our team are really good at that, and we like if we have new sci-fi things coming up, we always just give the prompts to this specific person, because like they know how to get the sci-fi working.
Understood the assignment.
Yeah. It's so cool.
And also, speaking to you, dear user, fan, friend of TableTone, don't be afraid to also spam some of the sounds. Of course, you can go full radio DJ soundboard shitpost style, but for example, one shot sounds good, but it's like a barrage, just spam that and it works. Like, just be a little bit more creative, unleash your inner child banging on a piano. It's a lot of fun.
Also, like, if you like gambling, we have a sound called coins, and if you spam the coins, it just sounds like a casino going crazy.
Oh, man.
Also, like, I don't know if you some people maybe didn't know that our sounds actually have multiple versions to them. Like, there's like usually version 1, 2, 3, or sometimes 4. So like, if you press more often, like, there's different kind of versions coming up of these specific sounds.
Yes. So just they're not just like fire them up once, just test them out. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But to also kind of wrap things up a bit, so I think TableTone, as like, it's getting better and better and more polished, and I enjoy the hell out of it. But where do you want to see TableTone go? And then, of course, I also say what I would like to hope to see, and what I like and not like so much, and whatever. Like, wish list and look into the future.
I think so far right now we are looking on just obviously making the product better, like having the full release of the desktop version, because I feel like that's what most people are excited about right now. Like, people are usually just on their laptops and PCs when they play with their fellow friends. So like, full releasing the desktop version, bringing more convenient quality of life features in the future, having like a better content library, easier access to see what you actually have, more ways so players and DMs can actually customize what they want to do with their locations and ambiences. So like, in the near future, we have a update coming where you can actually like choose music and put the music into the location temporarily. So they actually like get the whole selection of music we have and put one of the tracks into the location that is playing right now. So you can actually have more control. For example,
it doesn't come to a full stop in between.
It doesn't come a full stop. You can just like take the track, put it in there temporarily. You don't lose the curated playlist that is there. But like, if you know, okay, I want this specific sound for Christmas, whatever, in this location, you can just put it in. And yeah, I think so far we're doing good. We are like on track, releasing more and more things that people actually ask for, which is, I think, one of my biggest topics. Like, I really like that people come to us with concerns. They're like, we really want this feature or this music, and since we are like really versatile team, we can actually respond and actually fulfill these requests in our given time with our possibilities. So yeah, that's kind of the thing I'm hoping for to deliver the next months. Make more music, make epic music. More combat bangers, definitely. More combat bangers. Yeah.
And you probably, and this is all true, completely, I support this message, but you probably know what I'm all about, huh?
Yeah.
It's the sounds. As much as I love TableTone, like, the sounds are great. Some can be overhauled.
Yeah.
But there are some missing.
Give me the full list.
I already gave it the full list. I like to give it to you again. Like, there needs to be a proper magic missile. Yeah. All kinds of bolt projectiles.
Actually, like, we have an updated fireboard, which is already done. It just we are waiting for the next update. Yeah.
And it's because I'm very happy with many of the monster sounds. Yeah. I'm very happy with many of the weapon sounds. Yeah. Could be a little bit more versatile, but this is like, I'm very, very, very happy with that. And of course, also like sound wheel, adding more, switching. But again, like, this has been getting better and better and better. My biggest issue, which is not really an issue, but I would like to see it, are especially in the fantasy selection, because I think the sci-fi selection already covers so much ground in such a good way. Yeah. Is especially all kinds of magic, bolt projectiles, beams, the usual stuff. Like, we are missing a decent like firebolt, an acid bolt or acid arrow, depending on what system, like an electric bolt, like that standard stuff.
Yeah.
And I know it takes time, and it has been getting better and better and better. But this is like the stuff, gotta be honest, that I'm missing the most. Because when I remember when I recently played also Pathfinder, like I know my way around, and like a bunch of fire projectiles come in, then I already had like my little trick up my sleeve. But then the other stuff was coming up between acid and necrotic energy and lightning and like Avatar, Last Airbender, sort of like hail of rocks and whatnot, and I was kind of missing that, and it's a bit standard. But again, it sounds a little bit harsher than I actually mean it.
Yeah.
This is what I would love to see or love to hear.
Yeah.
And I think with that we gave you, dear friend of TableTone, be you like just a fan or a customer or anything in between, some insight of like how we do things and how we work on things and what we personally like about it. And you are heard. We definitely take everything to heart, and we do our best to basically produce the best version of TableTone we can each and every day. So, here and see you next time.
See you next time.